Hey guys, I'm still setting up. It'll just take a second. Thanks for coming out and getting ready. All right, I'm getting ready. Let me turn the music off. There we go. Let me take this announcement down. There we go. Okay, so I've got a couple of things I wanted to go over today with you guys. Nothing groundbreaking or anything, but and I'll just go ahead and thanks for coming out and watching this video. We do this every Wednesday, 11 a.m. We do a meet and greet, basically a AMA or a podcast, or I don't know. Everybody calls it something different. But you guys can chat with me if you want. The chat is behind me. If you don't know my layout, my workbench is to my right. My computer is straight ahead here. And then the monitor that I have the chat on is actually over here to my like 4 or 5 o'clock. No, wait, what would that be? 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, when facing my workbench. I'm looking at this monitor here, which is my third monitor, which is kind of at my, what is that, my 10 o'clock? All right. So if you chat, what I'm trying to get at is if you chat, I might miss it. Give me a few seconds to check to get caught up, and then glance behind me and check that out and stuff like that. Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to look at today. I've got a couple of things in my mind of what I want to do. One of them is I want to finish this battalion, right? As you can see on the table here, I have these are the Hanover Landwehr Osterode. Right, so I want to go ahead and complete those guys, and then I'll give you a close-up or whatever, and we can take a look at them. But the only thing left really to do is to touch up the edge of the flags, because I always do that. I don't like seeing the white. There are some people out there that say when the flag is just paper still, to go around the edges on the inside of the paper with the color that would be on the outside, right? So like these are trimmed with gold, and so they say put gold on the inside of the paper. Well, I tried that a few times. That doesn't work. That's not effective. It does help, but it doesn't do the job, right? I don't want to leave a job half finished. So when I put my flags together, there's always the third dimension, right? There's always that edge of the flag that is exposed, and you see white along there. Because even if you paint gold on the inside and the printing of the flag has gold on the outside, you still have that white edge right there. So what I do is when it's dry and on the base and everything else, I just touch up the edge with some gold. I mean, it only takes 2 seconds to do that, and you'll see me do that. It'll take me 2 seconds to do that. But I need to do some battlefield grass green. That's my go-to flock for my everything, and so we're going to put that on these bases. As you can see, they've already got the gravel. I've already gravelled them, and I just got back from pulling them from outside, because today's a perfect day for clear coating figures. There's no humidity and it's nice and warm outside. So I went ahead and did that about 30 minutes ago. These guys are already dry and they're already looking really good. And also, I did not use dark tone. I went ahead and used strong tone. For those of you that have been watching my Quatre Bras Waterloo project updates, you know that I did the 1st French Regiment with dark tone. I thought that was way too dark. I did the strong tone on these guys, and I thought that was extremely dark as well. I was like, oh my gosh, that's super dark. But then when I went and clear coated them, now they're starting to look really good. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to take a close-up look on camera because I like to micromanage. I'm not microanalyze these guys. Like I'm gonna zoom in and like check it all out. Okay, so that's the first thing we're gonna do. We're gonna flock those. We're gonna let those sit off to the side while they're being flocked, while the flock is drying. And then I'm gonna actually pull up my YouTube dashboard, and we'll see that on the screen here. There are some comments on there that I want to address, good and bad. You know, they're mostly good, actually. Everybody's very supportive of me on this channel, and it really motivates me to do more like this. So I really appreciate that. But every now and then there's you know, it's the internet. There's people out there. But they're either misinformed or they're just being mean or whatever. So that's fine. Or usually they're just not, usually it's miscommunication. Like they don't know what I'm trying to do. So they're trying to give me some help, but that help is not what I need because first of all, I already know that in some instances, not every instance, but I'm just saying, like, what if I'm trying to paint these guys? What if I'm trying to paint some SS with P dot camouflage, and a guy chats in, oh, you should use this color. Okay. Or this is the color that P dot camouflage is, period, right? And that's not true. P dot has like 4 or 5 different, probably more actually, versions, and each one has unique paint or color schemes. And so maybe I'm not trying to do the one he's talking about. Or maybe I'm trying to, and see, so in that case, he would be misinformed of what I'm trying to do. He does know what one of the P dot camouflage color schemes are, but he doesn't know the one I'm doing. So there's a little miscommunication. He's trying to help, you know, but it's just not. So that's 90% of my negative comments is just people that just don't get what I'm doing. And sometimes I'll get a comment like that, and then I'll be like, is he right? And then I'll look it up, and I'll be like, oh, damn, he was right. You know, either way. Okay, so we're gonna look at my comments. We're gonna look, and then I'm gonna open up a new poll. So if you guys, and this is the main reason why I'm going to the dashboard. If you've been on my Wednesday live streams, or if you've watched these later on YouTube, you know that I've been, okay, let's put my eyes on, that's these guys. Look at the magnification on that. That's pretty sexy. I can't see squat. Is there a computer around here? Is there miniatures? I can't tell. Okay, so, oh, look at that. I can see things. Grass, paint, grass, paint, grass, paint. Let's do paint first. And the reason why, because I can actually put grass on that one last. Okay, so when it comes to this kind of off gold, it's like old gold. It's not like bright gold for the edge of these flags. This is just way too bright. So I don't even think, oh, I do have some. I got brass. Nope, too bright. Okay. I've got greedy gold. Nope, looks too much like bronze. But there's this perfect color I found just recently. It's Vallejo. It's called, well, it's Mecha color, which is kind of cool, but it's old gold, and that's exactly what that is. And old gold all I need to do is just put less than a drop in there. Okay. Yeah, these brushes, just recently I restored them and I put a layer of brush soap on them, and that brush soap, if you leave a layer on there, it'll harden and it'll keep your bristles, it'll reform the bristles a little bit. One way to loosen your bristles up is to put them in boiling water, and that's exactly what I did. Okay, you can see, I don't know, I don't have it really zoomed in very good. I don't want it to be zoomed in because I want you to be able to see the entire table, but, or not the entire table, but I want you to get the idea. And what I'm doing is I'm dragging my brush along the edge. You guys all know how to paint. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. This isn't like a painting class or painting tutorial or anything. So, I'm singing for you guys now. Let's go ahead and get this done. Now, what else we're going to do? We're going to do a third thing, because not only are we going to paint the edges of the flags, we're going to flock them. We're going to look at my dashboard, which we're going to check out messages, but we're also, oh my gosh, here we go, coughing. But we're also going to, I'm going to pull a model kit off of my eBay store. I'm not sure exactly which one I'm going to do yet, but I want to pull probably an Opal Blitz, but that's not the one I want to do. I mean, I do want to do it. I really, really, really want to do an Opal Blitz. But I think it's got the Maltier attachment, you know, the tracks around the back wheels. And if it does in that kit, then I'm going to assemble it as a Maltier. But if I get my shipment in before we get to that stage of today's stream, which I'm anticipating at any minute now, but who knows, it might not get here in the next 2 hours. If it does, then what I'm going to do is a King Tiger for you guys. Yeah, I ordered a couple of King Tigers specifically to put together for my own enjoyment, but also to sell on my eBay store. So I like putting together models. And I don't know, I ordered 2 because I might keep one for my own bolt action army. I don't know. King Tigers are kind of expensive point-wise, but they might just be devastating. I don't know yet. I haven't used one on the table. But it's kind of a newish model. It's only been out a month or so, and so getting it together, put together, and sold is a good thing. I did a bunch of Russian airborne for nobody in particular, just the store. Okay, they're all gold. And then, and you can see there's no more. Whoa, maybe there is a little bit. Okay, that's gone. No more white edges. Nothing really stands out. Okay, perfect. Yeah, and believe it or not, this is an old Citadel brush. Oh my gosh, you know how long I've had this brush? This is the old Citadel starter brush, if you remember that. I bought Citadel's brushes. I've got a tank brush up there somewhere, and I think I've got a dry brush and a Citadel starter brush. It must have been a starter set, but I bought this when I owned my store, and I sold my store in 2001. So this is at least a 20-year-old brush. Damn. Okay. What am I doing? Right. Okay. What we're doing now is we're just going to hurry up and flock these. I'm going to flock them. So what we're doing is we're going to put some half a pallet, half a tub, or half a reservoir, and then I'm going to drop a bunch of water in there. This is the brush I used last night to put the gravel on there, so that's why it was in the soap. Okay, this is my Tester's synthetic. I always use this for the grass action. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Chat? Nope. Okay, nobody's chatting. Okay, so no worries. If you don't want to chat, that's fine as well. If you just want to hang out with me today and just watch and enjoy a stream, perfectly fine. Okay, so let's mix this PVA Elmer's with the water. Don't want it to be just water. Don't want it to be just glue. For those of you that have been watching the stream, you know that whenever I put the gravel on, I use straight Elmer's, and then when I put the grass on, I use a diluted Elmer's. Let's take this guy, and then I do about half or more of the base in a random pattern, camouflage style, you know. Looking from the top, you can sometimes see through the gravel and see the plywood underneath. And if that's the case, I like to fill that with this liquid so that grass will disguise that. There are some chunks of ballast on here as well, not just the talus. Talus. Okay, yeah, the brown is ballast. The light brown stones is like a medium. They're like a medium talus, I think. I'm not a big train guy. And whenever there's a stone, what I'll do is I'll put some grass right up to the edge of it, because it does a couple of things. It doesn't cover the stone, but it also helps secure the stone, because like when you're looking on the base, I don't know if you can see the stone right there. Okay. There's actually a couple of them, you just didn't see it. Plus, I'll put the grass kind of down on the wood portion of the base, but I'll also kind of have it creep up over the figure base, because there is like a very small lump there. You know how it is. You know how miniatures work, and that'll do two things. I love doing two things at once. It will camouflage the fact that there is a bump, but it will also help doubly secure that base or that figure to the base. And you might know I do this. I have like a method here because some of the grass, when I shake it off, doesn't fit in this little square. Sometimes it goes in there or there. Sometimes it goes out here, actually. But and then over here or whatever. And that way I can collect it up when I'm done and put it back in its tub. Because I'm a miser. That's not really true. I don't think I am a miser. I think I'm probably a philanthropist. I probably spend too much on gaming. But hey, what can you do, right? Okay, over the edge. This one doesn't have any rocks on it. Like 0. Okay. Not everybody can be cool. Now sometimes, in this case, no. But in sometimes, like if I really want to accentuate the bases, I'll put some of those flowers or tufts on there to make it stand out even more. But in this case, I think the grass and the stone kind of gives it a good look. And Litgo, on their bases, it's plywood, and they cut it with a laser, and you can see that it's nice and dark brown. I kind of like that look. I like the dark brown, earthy tone. Don't have to paint the edges. I've been shopping around for different base materials. You know, just always on the lookout for a good deal, basically. And I found some MDF bases, and I found some pressboard bases. The quality is not as good as plywood. Okay, Litgo does. If I was to put it on a scale of quality from 1 to 10, I would say it's a 9. Every now and then, very rarely will I get something that's a little bit off, but usually it's mostly on the magnets, but usually it's perfect, right? Perfectly cut. No burrs, no extra work needed to be done. I don't have to trim them or anything like that. I just take them out of the bag, apply some glue to them, and they're good to go. So, but I give them a 9 because there are, every now and then, there will be some discrepancies, so they can't have a 10. Now, they probably should have a 10. Because 9, I feel like 9 is too much of a penalty for the amount of, for the quality that you get out of them. Okay, but these MDF and pressboard bases, I've noticed that the prices are about the same, you know. And I mean, it's not a savings in price. So I was definitely looking for quality if the price is going to be the same. And the quality is not there. Because every base has got like little lips, that little burrs that you have to cut off, or the material doesn't stick together very well and it peels apart, or just so many different things. And I've had people, hey, check these out, check those out. And I go check them all out, and they all suck. Not suck. I shouldn't, that's extreme. They just don't meet up to the Litco quality standard. So I put them at like 5s and 6s. Now, if they were cheaper, you know, and people say, oh, these are cheaper. And I'm like, no, you get 10 for this, for the same cost. You know, you're buying them in smaller quantities. That doesn't make them cheaper. Like Litco, I'm buying them at 100 in a bag, you know, for like 20 bucks. Where this other company sells their bases for like $4.99, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good, but you only get 10. So to get 100, it would have been 50 bucks. That's not cheaper. That's actually more expensive. And I do so many of these, I need to buy them in bags of 100. Hell, I've got 3 bags in a tray over there right now. I've tried metal bases. Those are really, really, really good, except they're not always cut to the right dimensions, and they're way too thin. Which there was a period in my life that I thought that I wanted super thin bases. I thought that was an advantage. It's not. Come on, guys. We're just wargaming. We're not trying to recreate reality. Plus, on a movement tray, you want to see where the edge of the tray is. And when you're moving more than one stand together, you want them to be big enough so they don't overlap each other. Like when I was playing Spearhead, which is a World War II game, and each base is like a platoon, and they don't move in formation. They're scattered around like a skirmish game almost. Yeah, those thin bases are fine because they're not ever like formed up, you know. But when you go to a formation style game, I like to have the 3mm bases. Okay, those guys are pretty much done. I'm going to let that dry just a tad while I clean up just a bit here. Yeah, I just put in a Warlord order this weekend. It should be here today. It's got mostly World War II in it, actually, I've noticed. And actually, like 4 of the things that I ordered, they were out of stock, so I didn't actually get those. They just sent me an email saying, oh, by the way, we're out of these. And to talk to your rep and let him tell you when they come back in stock and all that. And that's fine. I mean, you know, you can't always have 100% stock, not even I. And the point is, or not the point, but additional note, I sold some Russian airborne, and here, let me get a drink here while I'm talking my butt off. Yeah, I sold some Russian airborne, and this guy contacted me and he say, hey, did you sell this Russian airborne? And I'm like, not meaning to be a jerk or a dick or anything like that. I sell on eBay, right? And he contacted me through eBay, which is perfect because I believe in selling on eBay. So I feel dirty recruiting on eBay and then selling off of eBay because I feel like that's I don't know, I guess I have scruples. But this guy says, hey, you know, did you sell these Russian airborne? And the first thing that goes through my mind, and this is me just being me, because I'm kind of a closet dick, right? And so what was going through my mind was, you obviously clicked on an airborne unit on eBay, and you obviously clicked on my name to send me a message. And if you read the description, I always put in the description, painted by me, right? Mr. Everything is what I call myself online. So I say, painted by Wargaming and Miniatures, Mr. Everything, in the USA. Got to put the in the USA. So I'm proud to be an American. Okay, so my thought process on this guy is, what is this guy? He didn't even read the description. You know, obviously he didn't. Who is this dude? So I sent him a message back saying, if it was on my website, if it's on my store on eBay, then there's a 90% chance, higher, 99% chance that I did the painting. There are a few models. There is a handful of models that my son painted way long time ago. But those are, I think all of them are, maybe a handful left. So I said, there's a 99% chance, yes, I probably painted those. And he's like, and my mind is just like, I can't believe he even asked me that question. But okay, cool, he asked me that question. Like 3 days later, he drops me another message, very hostile message. I mean, I don't think he meant it to be hostile, but it says, don't you want to reply to me? Man, I can't believe you just ignored me. Or something in that neighborhood, right? A lesson I learned a long time ago, when you're typing on either text or email, you got to be really careful, and you got to choose your words very well. And he didn't choose his words very well. It sounded like he was being very aggressive. So what did I do? I kind of ignored him a little while, gave him a couple of days to simmer down, and then I said, yes, that was me. You know, well, actually, I said, which Russian airborne? Because I don't know if it was me. I don't know if he just contacted me out of the blue about somebody else's Russian airborne or whatever. So I said, which Russian airborne are you talking about? And then he explained which ones they were. And then we did a little back and forth. And he said, this is all through text or email through eBay. He said he needed some painted. Okay, that's what I ask people. I ask people, just let me know what you need and I'll get it done, right? So I sent him a message and I said, how many do you need? Because I'm getting ready to place an order through Warlord, because this is the Warlord metal Russian airborne models. How many do you need? It was like a week later. I mean, it was a long time. I didn't wait for him. I said, you know what? I'm just going to order a couple of boxes of Russian airborne and I'll get them in. I'll paint them. I'll put them on my store. If he wants them, he doesn't want them, he can buy them. He doesn't have to buy them. It's no big deal, right? Because somebody else will want to buy them anyway. So I ordered a couple of boxes. The day after I order these 2 boxes, he sends me an email saying, I have a box and I need 3 more. Okay, and then he says, how much do you charge per figure? I don't think I've replied to him. I need to reply to him and let him know that I ordered 2 boxes. I'll be getting those in, or I will get them in today. And if he needs if he needs another box, I can always order just one box. It's no big deal. And then what I'll do is I'll work out a total for all 3 boxes. Now, if he wants to send me the 4th box and have me paint them and include that in my auction, my bid, you know, or whatever it's called, I can do that. That's not a problem. So what I need to do is send him a message, tell him where to send this box. I should just order a 3rd box and quote him a price. Well, first of all, I'm going to quote him a price and get him to say it's okay. And then if it is, then I will, then we'll proceed. But I don't know. It's just some when the interaction starts off with any kind of negative or anything like that, or any kind of hostility like that, I almost want to just say, oh, don't bother. Okay, guys, let me go ahead. I'm yelling in the mic, sorry. Let me pull up my dashboard like I said I was going to do. There we go. Let's see if I have this ready to go. Yeah, okay. So, you can see down here, I've had 31 votes on the latest poll. It's in the community tab of my channel, so you could just go to the community tab and find it there. It looks like I started that poll on August 2nd. 31, that's enough for me to know that it's 58% do rank and file, like these guys over here, and 42% do skirmish. So most of you are doing rank and file style troops. So what that did for me, right? Because I've been debating in my head, or trying to figure out which one would sell better. I'm always talking about the money, right? So I'll do like a Roman. I'll grab some Romans out of maybe a Roman box set or whatever, and I can mount them individually and sell them in smaller groups, like 10-man units or 5-man units, and for like skirmish games. Or I could take that group and mount them on bases like this, so that do like Hail Caesar, right? And so like a whole Roman unit. And I've been kind of flip-flopping back and forth, mostly skirmish. I've been doing a lot of skirmish for like SPQR. They just did the re-release of the rules, and I really like SPQR, and you don't need that many figures to play, and it's a lot easier for me to sell 5 men than it is for me to sell 24 men. So, and I can ship those 5 guys a lot easier than I can ship the 24 guys. You know, so it just seemed like it was a better I don't know, business proposition for myself. But I had this thing in the back of my head said, is that what everybody wants though? Do they want that, or are they more interested in maybe actually rank and file, like units of guys and not these skirmish guys? Plus, a lot of you skirmishers are probably not playing like Hail Caesar or SPQR or you know, Clash of Spears, or Napoleon's Battles, or whatever you're not playing, I want to make sure that I get the right genre in there as well. And there's only a few genres that I really do. And it's mainly ancient period, like Romans and Carthaginians and stuff like that. Medievals, you know, like 100 Years' War, War of the Roses kind of stuff. World War II, Napoleonics, and American War of Independence. Those are really the ones I focus on, and because there's so many different types of units, and I'll never, like, especially in World War II, there's no way I could do every single one, and it's just an excitement. I mean, I could play some Russians, I could play some Japanese, and I can do Marines and U.S. paratroopers or whatever, right? Okay, so now hypothetically, let's say these rank and file guys are all doing Napoleonics, American War of Independence, Hail Caesar. It's kind of what I'm gathering. And then the skirmish guys could be doing SPQR, Lion Rampant, Warlords of Erewhon, or Bolt Action, or whatever. And so what I need to know now is, I'm going to start a second poll, and that's part of this video right here. I got to change glasses because that's for miniatures. This is for reading. Okay, so go to community tab. Yep, there we are. If you didn't know, like when you're on my channel, right, the community tab is right here. You can click it. That's where you would go to see the poll. And then this is what 58 to 42. That's, to me, that's a pretty, that's kind of a pretty big difference. So what that's going to do is it's going to impact how I base the figures for my store. But I'm also just curious, you know. Okay, so we're going to start a new poll. We're going to add a poll. And this poll is, I'm moving the mic out of my way so I can get to the keyboard. Sorry, guys. So if you can't hear me, then just turn the volume up. No, don't worry about it. I'm going to ask my community, that's you guys, which game are we playing? Because this is, I should have maybe asked this originally, but rank and file, right? Whoops, that's going to be an option. Sorry. What game system do you play or are building an army for? Because there, you might be new to Napoleon's battles, let's say, and you're building like a force in Napoleon's battles, but you've never played it, you know. What system, okay, I'm going to change that. What system does your group play? Okay, because you probably don't play solitaire, even though now that we've got COVID and everything, maybe you do. But and that's another thing, guys. I've been thinking about playing some Black Powder solitaire. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's something you'd want to see on the channel or not? And if it is, let me know, because I can break the table out, put some figures on the table, move it around, throw some dice, you know. And I've also even thought about playing via the internet, which means like I'll have a friend of mine or you guys even log into Discord or something. You guys can watch the game while I'm streaming it live or something, and we can play a game, or we can just play it, I'll record it and then edit it later or something. I've been thinking about doing that. And you can give me your overall like general orders for your division or your brigade. You could say, I want to move up to those trees, or I want to take that building, or I want to do this, or I want to do this. And then as the general on the ground, i.e. in the studio, I would move your figures accordingly. That's what I've been thinking about doing, but that's not what we're talking about. Okay, what game system does your group play or are building an army for? RF, rank and file, SK, skirmish based. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Rank, file, that's not right. Hail Caesar. Okay. Rank, file, black powder. Rank, file. Nope, I'm going to change it. I'm not going to go like that. Did I spell that right? Nope. Okay, I don't personally game any American Civil War, but if there's a large enough community out there that does, then maybe I'll start doing some American Civil War stuff. What's another medievals? Just add an S. Okay. I guess it doesn't like the S. What? It's only letting me have... It's only letting me have 5? Can I have more than one post? Let's try to add two polls at once. Okay. Okay. What other skirmishes are out there? I mean, there's Dark Ages, but I basically consider that part of the Ancients. There we go. Let's do that. Okay, so I've got 2 polls out. Hopefully you guys can pick and choose like which ones are for you. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard. I want to hit some comments real quick. Yeah. Fashion and beauty. What? Okay, sorry. Look at all these videos. Okay, that's not what I am trying to get to. There it is. Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. Okay. All right. Look at that. 8,400 subscribers. I don't know what I'm going to do if I get to 10,000. I think I'm going to panic. Let's go to comments. Okay, guys, you guys can see my comments, hopefully. And I'm only going to answer a few of them, and then we're going to jump into taking a look at those figures. The flock should be dry, and then I'll start working on a model. Okay, so I'll go outside and check to see if my package has arrived, and if it hasn't, we'll pull a model out and start working on it. Possibly an Opal Blitz. Okay, I'm using dark tone as well. Changed my life. I think it's too dark. I still think it's too dark. Great stuff. John Wayne. He's a returning guest. Okay. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Wargaming Noob. Great updates. Looking forward to seeing more. Just recently got into Napoleonics, waist deep, and a few parries. And I said, welcome aboard. Yep. It's always good to see new players join the hobby. Okay, now we're talking about a much older video. IL-2, Desert Wings, Tobruk, good, Royal Air Force, British, North Africa, 4 hours now. Okay, great. I gave him a little thumbs up. And then there's that, which I guess I could do Google Translate, right? Okay, so he's given me his name, Igor Sikorsky. Okay. Oh, because of the Chinook. Okay. Thumbs up. Fine. Great battles. I think I've answered all these. I've learned more in this one video than 1,000. That was when we did base sizes. And then he asked, you got anything explaining dice rolls? And then I gave him a direction towards my tutorial videos. Lagarde's Recule. Yeah, basically that's what happened in that battle. I don't know if you're following my Scourge of War Battles Waterloo. It's kind of like a... it reminds me of... the At War series, you know, like the the Total War series. That's what I meant. It reminds me of the Total War series without any of the strategic management. All you have to do is just get into the battles and play them. Okay. Need friends? Okay. All right, Steven. I'm sure you've got friends. Maybe you might be interested in playing online. Okay, looks superb and so love the liftoff and plane. Yep, that's the SPAD 7. Useful for skirmishers if you withdraw casualties. Okay, that's the magnetic bases. Yeah, I mean there are some games that you just pull figures off when you take casualties. And there's other games where you put like casualty caps on top of figures, and when you total like a base worth of figures, you take the base off. So he's saying that might help with magnetizing the figures, pull them off. Okay. Testing magnetic bases. He's not recommended too close to automatic or mechanical watches. Hey Eric, you must be. Well, no, I guess people still wear watches. Is that a thing? I mean, I wore watches up to about 5 years ago, and I stopped wearing it. And I don't even have a watch. I used to have a tan line right there where I used to wear a watch. It's gone. Okay. Thank you for posting. What did I post? Oh, Tactics Bootcamp. Okay, just for you guys out there interested in 148 Tactics, it's a great game. It's a really good game. I just didn't want to invest any time or effort or money into it because after playing it and Bolt Action, I decided that Bolt Action was the way to go. This guy just wants to know what are the Perry scale, 156 or 28 millimeter. He's talking about the lower turret as a tractor beam. Yep, that must be in the Taurus. That's a Star Citizen video. Hey, pretty clear character creation explanation. Oh, yep, learn to play Traveler. FYI, we stream Traveler every other Thursday at 5 p.m. Hey, John, nice. Yeah, he's lurking in the background, painting himself. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, man. You just got to get in there and paint. Yeah, I just love painting. And sometimes I get burnt out on painting the same thing over and over and over, like British and French. But that's why I throw in some of the weird cavalry units or the other nations or whatever to kind of give me a little bit of variety, a little bit of strange. Okay. Been looking forward to seeing your finished mat. Okay, did a Quatre Bras table. You saw that a couple of weeks back. We showed it off on the live stream. And this Jason guy right here, he apparently knows better than I do about character creation. He mentioned that university and military academy event roles are done before graduation. How do I say this without sounding like a like an asshole. Because I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like, everybody on my channel is trying to help me out. They're trying to be beneficial. They're not trying to be... Well, actually, you're supposed to roll the event roll before graduation. I know that's not what he's trying to do. He's basically saying, hey, just a heads up, you know, next time or whatever, do the event rolls before graduation. So I have to but it comes across as, well, actually, and so my initial response to him would have been negative, like, F off, you dick. No, but I want you to know, let everybody know, everybody in the world can know this. When I'm running a role-playing game, not R-O-L-L, but an R-O-L-E. When I'm running a role-playing game, I avoid the rules as much as possible. If you let the rules dictate what you do or what you can do, then you are limited by the imagination of the author. So the rules are there to kind of help me adjudicate things in the game system that kind of lends me to get to a result that is cool and exciting. And the rule of cool is always higher than the rules in the book. So if I want to do event rolls after graduation, then I'm going to do event rolls after graduation. Get over it. Okay, so sorry. Okay, anything but Gorilla is trash. Wow. Wow, I really like E6000. I don't use it very much anymore because it's too thick for the models, but I can glue any model with E6000. Gorilla Clear Grip is actually almost exactly the same as E6000. I would disagree that it's this guy. I bet you he worked for Gorilla. Okay. And how do you go in the ship like that? Okay, there's a ship tour. I thought I replied to this guy. He says I didn't. Okay, let's give him a reply. In your upper right, there is a menu option to enter interior. And I put a question mark because I can't remember. It's been a while since I played Star Trek Online. You know what? I played City of Heroes last night. I played City of Heroes Homecoming. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Homecoming, but it's one of the many free-to-play servers. If you have never played City of Heroes, I strongly recommend it. I highly recommend it. It was one of my favorite MMOs of all time. And I jumped on last night. I hadn't played in over a year and a half. It's been sitting on my computer. And I said, you know what? Let me pull that up and just kill some time. So I pulled up City of Heroes. I jumped into like a task force. We did the Manticore task force. I couldn't get my controls right because apparently all my controls are reset. Apparently there was a patch or something since the last time I played and all my controls are messed up. So I spent the first 2 missions trying to get my controls set up. But after that, I got my control set up and we flew through this thing and beat it. And then I was like, wow, man, this game is so fun. Okay, sorry. Sten guns. Okay. Aaron, okay, that's good. Good tip. I'll give him a little thumbs up there. He said Sten guns were mostly kept for soldiers going to Italy and Normandy. Tommy guns, the Thompson, was more prevalent with British forces in Africa and Burma. This kit would be good for making British 14th Army soldiers in Burma campaign. Just paint them up with green. Okay, cool. I don't remember reading that comment. And I try to check my comments every day or two. Okay, he's talking about the battle. Yep, Specman right there. He's a new 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron recruit. Where do you get your magnetized bases? Litco Aero, litco.net. I enjoy following organization issues. Okay, the Waterloo thing. Okay. And thanks, John. What are you doing? It's great. Yep, sweet. Thanks for the series. Okay, I've stopped the Warlord of Erewhon boot camp. I think I pretty much went over everything I needed to go over in that already. I think I've completed it. It's not a review, it's an unboxing. Well, actually, it's not a review, it's an unboxing. Lovely job. Thank you. The 4th Laguerre. Oh boy, the 4th Laguerre. That was a good regiment to do. Okay, when it gets to a month old, I stop doing comments. Okay, so let's go ahead and close out the display. Get back to these figures. Now I've got my soft bristled mop right here, and now instead of just shaking it out, okay, instead of just shaking it out, I actually knock it out. So, and if you can't see this, but there are a few little last minute flakes dropping, and then I'll brush anybody that needs to be brushed off, and I can put him off to the side. Very few flakes, you know, just onesies and twosies. But it's basically, like I said, I like to save every little bit. Because if I was to put these guys onto the battlefield right now, my battlefield would get, you know, if I did my whole army like this, my battlefield would be covered with flock. Which isn't a bad thing, but it's just messy. All right, these guys are done. Clean out that box. Clean out that box. Clean out that box. Sweet. Okay, I'm going to grab my turntable. This was a cool little investment. It didn't cost very much. $15 maybe? 15 bucks. Now I could have got different color surfaces. I could have got like a white color or a black. I opted for the silver mirror. They say mirror, but and it is a pretty good mirror. You can kind of see, but mainly to help with lighting, because like the light will hit it and reflect up, and you'll have a pretty cool effect on your models. Now, because these guys are Landwehr, we do not have any skirmishers or elite companies or anything like that. It's basically just 6 bases. Let's zoom in. Let's see if I can move this camera without causing too much trouble. Well, that zoom is way off. All right. Give me a second. I think I went past it. Okay, hold on. All right, that looks pretty good. There we go. That looks good. All right, let's take a look at these guys. These are Perry models. These are Hanover Landwehr Osterode. You can see what really makes them different is the... All right. What really makes them different is their Shako. I'll just do this. If you look at the Shako, it has a green cord, and you can see how the cord hangs down. It's way out of focus. How it hangs down and drapes over their chest, and then they've got the tassels hanging off of their chest. That is that's a big thing. I mean, that's really what makes these guys different than just a standard British center company guy, really, or any Hanover. All right, now I noticed that when they included the command stand, you got a couple of different NCOs. You got a sergeant and a corporal. We'll show you the sergeant right here. Here's the sergeant right here with the pike, right? And he's got the sergeant rank. And then the officers are all wearing soft caps. You've got the 2 standard bearers and the guy with the sword. And then the corporal is right there. The drummer doesn't have a soft cap. He's wearing the standard Shako like everyone else is wearing. The plate that I was given was the officer with Shako would have had, instead of the red and white like these guys, he would have had a yellow and white because he's a Hanover. But because he's got the soft cap, that didn't happen. Yep. A couple of these guys have got the cooking pan strapped in on their backpacks. Green pom-poms or green shoulder. You got the, your standard blue canteens. I think this guy over here has got the little metal. Yeah, there's a couple of them. I would have thought there would have been 3 of them one per box, but there was actually only two. So what that tells me is, because I got a command box and 3 additional boxes, because they come 6 figures in a box. The command comes with the 6 figures I just mentioned, but the other boxes come with a variety of different poses. Mostly it's head looking left, head looking right, hand in the front, hand in the side, hand in the back. But I would have thought that I would have got 6 different figures and then each box having the same 6 figures. Well, that's not the case. Basically, I had like 5 of one figure, 4 of another figure, and like only 2 of the guys with the pan on their back. So that just tells me that it's kind of a random selection of figures you get out of the box. All right, guys, that's those guys. And now let's go ahead and okay, no more chats. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and maybe put the camera back to where it was. All right, and then what I'll do is I'll move my microphone so that it's not how come that's not going okay? Oh, right there, save. 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 Okay. Move my microphone so you can actually hear me. I'm going to run outside and see if I got a box. If not, we'll do the open blitz. Be right back. All right, I'm back. And I'm digging in. Oh, am I on camera? Oh, I am on camera. Okay, so let's see what we got in here. Got a king tiger. That's not what I wanted to do. And it is a Maltier. Nice. Okay. Well, I didn't get my shipment in yet. No UPS or DHS or whatever it is. Okay, now before I open this up and tear it apart and tear into it, I need to go to my store and remove one off of the inventory so that I don't, because hell, I might have already sold it. This says ice. Okay. I notice my tanks aren't selling too hot. Where is this? Okay, we're getting there. Opal Blitz, Maltier, new inbox. End. How many do I want to end? One, of course. Okay, it's ended. Nobody can bid on it. Nobody can buy it. So we're going to tear into it. Let's go ahead and look at the glare. Ooh, that's from those lights over there. Can you even see that? Is that even in focus? I don't know. Well, that doesn't look like it's in focus. Maybe it is. It's hard to tell. This is in focus. Okay, so let's fix that. Properties. I know, I'm messing with perfection. All right, well, that's what you're getting. That's how it's gonna be. Deal with it. All right. Yeah, so in the Opal Blitz, I could go either way, but I want to do this. Because I feel, I could be wrong, but I feel like everybody's got these. Not everybody has one of these. It includes 10 passengers with a variety of heads. Meaning I could do a bunch of Africa Corps guys. Or I could do SS or Grenadiers, P-Dots. Oh, I got so many choices. I could make it a medical truck. Okay. I just want to do a Maltier. I don't know what it is. Opal Blitz just seems too generic. Now, I've only got 30 more minutes on this live stream today, so you're probably not going to see me finish this. You know, notice how I said probably? You know what this is? This is a movement tray for those Hanover guys. Okay, I've got a number of these baggies. They're supposed to be like smoke, fire, burnout, and all that stuff destroyed. I'm probably going to sell those separately at some point. You get the cards. Tina C packed this. Water slide. What is this thing? Okay, we're going to find out real quick. Glass. No, really? It is. It's glass. It's clear plastic. And it's shaped for me to cut it out and I guess insert the glass. Wow, that's interesting. Might have to use some E6000 for that one. Multi-tier half-track or Opel Blitz truck. Yeah, I was thinking multi-tier gray with like whitewash, making it like a winterized transport. I like the extra guys on the top, but I have a problem personally with that game-wise, because you've got your individual figures mounted on their 1-inch bases, and when you go to dismount them, you know, you place them all around the truck. What happens to the 12 guys that are still in the truck? They just sit there. So it looks like your men just duplicated or doubled, and I don't like that. But on the flip side, if you mount into the truck, you would just take your guys off the table and put them off the table, and then you got your 12 guys in the truck, right? But then when you put them back onto the table, they just doubled. So I'm thinking that a cover like this would be better for mounting or dismounting. Nobody will know because you can't see inside. Love me my Ziplocs. Okay. Give it a little bit of shake. This one is the lemon drop sweet tea. I love me some sweet tea. And I love me this brand. Bang. If you want to sponsor me, go ahead and do that. I cannot get enough Bang. Even though I try not to drink more than 1 or 2 a day. Okay, we're looking, we're examining a lot of big parts. There's my multi-tier parts. There's my truck wheels, flatbed, sides, topper. This is probably the front and back. That's if I guess didn't. Oh wow, those gas cans and ammo cans or toolboxes have a man. These are detailed. Some tanks aren't even this detailed. Wow, I'm digging that. And then there's those 12 guys, bodies and legs. I can save these for something else. Submachine guns and rifles and helmets. This whole sprue I could probably just save. Okay, now what do we got here? We got the driver. I can give him a couple of different hats. They're pretty much the same. No, they're not. It's a cunt cap or a garrison cap. Okay. Yeah, putting that glass in there is going to be tricky. Tricky, 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 tricky. Might have to use E6000. I could always just leave the glass out. That's probably what I'm going to do, because I'm going to spray prime it, and I don't want to have to put any kind of mask or anything on the glass. I'm just going to leave it like the windows are down. Because if I put the window in there like this, or even like that, when I go to paint it, I'd have... Now, I probably could paint it and then afterwards put the glass in. I might do that. Might put the glass in last, like after it's painted. Okay. Okay, we're going to go speed assembly. Here we go. Speed assembly. Let's see how fast we can get this thing knocked out. I don't really need to follow these instructions. I know how a truck looks. But I'm going to anyway, because I don't want to miss anything. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, okay, okay. So if you guys want to chat me up, what do you got, John? What are you saying? Oh, okay, cool. I hear the mailman. Okay. Done. I wonder if those seated crew will fit in a half track. That would be cool. Yeah, there's more detail on this sprue than on a lot of their other trucks. I mean, tanks. Boy, this radiator looks really good. Yep, this thing's going to be dark gray with a white wash paint scheme. Okay, 7 and 6. If you wish your vehicle to include a driver, it's best to assemble him at this stage. We recommend painting the driver and the inside of the cabin before finishing the cabin's assembly. Yeah. because they're talking about putting glass in here. To add the windscreen, cut them out from the acetate sheet provided, glue them to the cabin, stop using cement. For easiest assembly, start with the sides of the cabin, followed by the grill, then assemble the rest of the cabin. The top should be placed last, especially if you intend to include the driver. Well, damn. I'm gluing his ass in there. He's going to get spray primed just like everybody else, and then I'll paint him through the windows. I don't have to include a driver now that I think about it, but it's just better if I do, I think. I don't know, either one of these heads will work. Okay. So now at this point, I just go look for burrs. Clean any burrs. Burr. None. There's not a lot of flash on this model. That's a good thing. Might have to order a couple more of these for my own personal army. Now I always use rapid fuse. DAP rapid fuse is my go-to. This looks like that's super simple. Okay. I might have to open another DAP because this thing's down to like 20%, maybe less, maybe 15%. Okay. Done. I guess if I wasn't in a rush, I could paint him up separately and then drop him in and then glue the top. No, because then I got to spray the whole thing. Never mind. Because see, I'm gonna spray prime this, and if I do that with a painted driver, he's just gonna get spray primed. So I guess he's getting painted afterwards. All right, cleaning the burrs. This one does appear to have a little bit of a mold line on the sides of the engine cabin thing. Okay, that's not a burr. That's actually supposed to be there. Okay. So I got the trash can down here between my legs so that when all this little fuzz gets scraped off, it just falls into the trash can. Downside, every now and then I'll drop something and it'll go down in this trash can and I gotta dig for it. So I gotta be like extra careful to make sure I hold on to everything and don't let it fall like an idiot. Especially like when I'll drop like a head. Be like, oh crap, that's like a limited edition special head I can't find anywhere else. Then I gotta dig through my garbage can. Oh my gosh. I've done that before. I think the mailman is outside. Okay, let me trim this real quick. Give me 2 seconds and I'll go run outside. Okay, his neck is trimmed. And I don't really need this steering wheel because it's in his hands right there. Okay, be right back. I'm back. Yes, it was the mailman, but no, it wasn't the UPS man. Okay, that was just regular mail. Okay, so got that sucker trimmed. It says, okay, we're mounting it onto this, I guess. Do the sides, foist. Oh, damn. That's going to be fairly easy. Yeah, it can only go on one way, so boom, it's on. Okay, whoops. Sweet. So far, so good. Yeah, it feels like that belongs right there. It's going together very well. It's like it was engineered very well. I'm very pleased with the way this is going together. I don't know if that should have a... Okay, it doesn't. That goes together very well. Damn. Is there anything that's not going to fit together perfect? Alrighty. That looks pretty damn good. Okay, so now the issue here is putting him in there and then also getting his arms and getting the steering wheel in. You know, everything's supposed to match up. Okay. The arms have definitely, or I should say the sleeves on the arm, definitely have a specific cut, and the arms that are attached to the steering wheel have a specific cut, and it angles it exactly, I'm assuming exactly the way it's supposed to go. And this is fiddly. Having a hard time holding on to it. Okay, those arms. That's why I like rapid fuse. It's already on there. Okay. I'm going to give that just a few seconds. You know, while I'm doing that, why don't I put the head on? Head's got a really deep collar. The neck hole is super deep. Okay, this thing says it takes 30 seconds to dry. Well, while that is drying, we're going to move on to the next step. I've only got about 10 minutes left. And then what we'll do is we'll do our closing thoughts. Yikes, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Looks like we're going to be doing the Maltier. Maltier starts with doors, obviously. Man, I was looking forward to doing that King Tiger. I'm sorry, not King Tiger. Yag Tiger. I still am. I'm going to do that probably after I do this one. Boy, okay, we're not doing that. We're doing that. $32. Okay, it's 32 on both. Looking for numbers. I don't see a 32. But if I remember right, there was a page up here that told me 31, 32. This is 32. Okay. Okay, that's for the front tires, obviously. These have got to be the 35s. I'm going to have extra tires. You know what that means? Dioramas. Put some extra tires on some dioramas. Okay, so we got that assembly, got that. 38. It's got to be this thing. Tracks, duh. I love that the track is a one piece. It just makes assembling tanks and tracked vehicles so much easier. This is obviously a Wargaming model kit and not some, you know, Model Master kit. That's not what this is about. Okay, number 4. I don't know what that is. Okay, it's not on this sprue. Ah, must be that. Yep. It looks like a lifter for the bed. Oh, trailer hitch. You know, that's going on there. Some later point. If I had a whole hour, I would have knocked this thing out. I think this is an hour model. All right, I'll finish this up over the next day or two. I'll probably have this actually finished tonight. It seems like it's going to be fairly easy. Well, maybe not painted. Maybe I'll have it finished tomorrow. But come back next Wednesday and I will show this off, a finished model. Now what I could do is continue filming and then editing this out and making like a little assembly video. Nah, I won't do that. I'll just show you the completed model next week. Remember, if you want to see me working on anything specific, you can put it in the comments, and then I'll see what I can do about working on something for you on the stream. If any news comes out about my channel, my eBay store, or gaming in general, or whatever, I'll be sure to talk about it. Oh, one thing I want to talk about. I mean, I don't really. It's an aftermath or whatever. NashCon. There's a convention that happens every August in Nashville, which is only about an hour away from me, and I normally go down there and run a game or two or three, or mass campaign or something. I usually do some kind of miniature game. I was going to do some Waterloo battles this year, but I wasn't really ready, so I decided not to. Plus the COVID and all that, so I decided not to go. But they had a good turnout. They had like 500 people show up. Hey, Kitchen Man, what's going on? How you doing? Got your chat there. Appreciate you. Yeah, they said they had over 500 people. Some of their referees pulled out, but others stepped in to assist. That's pretty cool. So next year, so about 1 year from now, I'm going to be going down to Nashville to run some black powder games, most likely. I thought about running SPQR. I thought about running some Hail Caesar or some black powder or bolt action. I've done a little bit every year. Maybe even some Lion Rampant, you know, I don't know. But I think what I'm going to do is, with all my Waterloo figures that I'm working on, I think I'm going to actually do a Waterloo scenario or two. Maybe we'll do like a campaign or something. Okay, let's see if I can get this guy in here. Oh, it's gonna be a struggle getting that. It went in. Whoa! And I didn't even have to glue him. I probably should put a little glue on his butt. I didn't think I was going to be able to get him in there. There we go. I put a little glue on the inside of the steering wheel where it pokes through, so that that'll basically hold the figure in place pretty steadily. He's not going to get bumped or anything because he's going to have that over him. So, all right. Well, that's the end of the stream. I'll I'll see you next Wednesday. I'll show this model off, and maybe also a king tiger, not a king tiger, a yak tiger that I plan to be getting in today. Plus, I'll do a Waterloo update, letting everybody know that I've got the Osteroids guys done, and what project I'm going to be working on next for my Waterloo project. Yeah, and if you're interested in picking up any painted models, be sure to go to ebay.com, right? And then go to Wargaming and Miniature. That's my store there. And I've got a ton of painted models. Who's this gentleman? John Wayne. Looking good. All right, John. Thank you. Appreciate it. And we're calling it quits. And I appreciate you. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this together. I'm going to paint it. And I'll do a short little video just showing it off. Maybe a 5-minute video, just a turntable kind of thing. And but then if you don't catch that video, you can always come back next Wednesday and I'll show it off as well, because it is going on eBay, and even if I normally put it on there for a week anyway, and that way it definitely won't be sold by next Wednesday, because it'll be probably Thursday. All right, I'll catch you next time.